Giant net fishing is a traditional fishing method used in many large seas, especially by coastal fishermen. This method requires the coordination of many people and sophisticated techniques. Giant nets are often very large in size, enough to cover a large area of the seabed. Fishermen will drag the net across the sea, dividing it into small pieces to capture the fish. Once the location of the fish school is determined, the net will be dropped from large boats or masts. Once the net has covered the area, the fishermen will pull the net up together, pushing the fish into concentrated areas for easy harvesting. This method is effective in catching large quantities of fish, but also requires caution so as not to harm the marine environment and other living creatures. After the giant net is pulled up and the fish have been concentrated, the next step is to sort and harvest the fish. Fishermen carefully select fish, ensuring that only fish of good size and quality are retained. Smaller or unsuitable fish are released back into the sea, in order to protect the sustainable development of marine resources. However, this fishing method also has negative impacts if not properly managed. The use of giant nets can lead to overfishing, reducing the number of wild fish, affecting marine species and causing ecological imbalance. Therefore, many places have applied strict regulations on the size of nets and the number of fish allowed to be caught, to ensure the sustainable and responsible exploitation of marine resources. In order to minimize the negative impacts of giant net fishing, fishermen and fisheries management agencies have implemented many protective measures and improved fishing methods. One important solution is to apply regulations on fishing seasons, which only allow fishing at certain times to give fish species time to reproduce and restore their populations. In addition, the use of nets with reasonable mesh sizes also helps to minimize the capture of young fish, thereby protecting the development of aquatic resources. Research on fishing techniques is also being conducted to find alternative methods that are less harmful to marine ecosystems, such as the use of selective nets and environmentally friendly fishing tools. In addition, some fishing communities have switched to more responsible forms of fishing, such as artisanal fishing or using modern methods such as specially designed nets to help reduce overfishing. All these efforts are aimed at protecting marine resources. While maintaining the viability of the fisheries sector and ensuring sustainable income for fishing communities in the future. In addition to measures to protect fisheries resources, raising awareness among fishing communities about the impacts of unsustainable fishing is also important. Environmental protection organizations and governments have organized training programs, workshops and propaganda campaigns to educate fishermen about the application of environmentally friendly fishing methods. These programs not only help fishermen better understand the importance of protecting marine ecosystems, but also encourage them to participate in activities to restore fisheries resources, such as releasing fish fry into overfished areas. New technologies are also being researched and applied to replace or improve giant net fishing methods. One of the notable developments is the use of satellite positioning systems and sensor technology to track fish stocks and locate catches efficiently without causing damage to other species. These technologies help reduce overfishing, while increasing the ability to control and monitor marine resources. In short, giant net fishing, although highly effective in harvesting fish, also poses many risks to marine ecosystems if not done properly. The application of protective measures, raising public awareness and applying modern technology will be the key to helping the fisheries industry develop sustainably, ensuring resources for future generations in addition to adopting new protection measures and technologies. The establishment of marine protected areas also plays an important role in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. These marine protected areas are strictly managed, see areas where fishing activities are restricted or completely banned for a certain period of time. In order to create conditions for aquatic species to reproduce and recover their populations, when these areas are properly protected, they will contribute to the regeneration and development of marine resources, helping to maintain long-term fishery resources. An indispensable factor in maintaining the sustainability of the fisheries industry is cooperation between countries, international organizations and fishing communities. The sea is a shared resource, and its protection requires global coordination to combat problems such as illegal fishing, overexploitation, and marine pollution. International agreements, such as conventions on the protection of fishery resources and the protection of the marine environment, play an important role in creating legal frameworks and promoting cross-border cooperation. In particular, the participation of fishermen in activities to protect and manage marine resources is extremely important. Fishermen are not only the ones who carry out fishing methods, but also the ones who understand the situation of marine resources in their localities best. Their proactive participation in conservation activities and changing fishing habits will help protect marine ecosystems, thereby ensuring stable and sustainable income for themselves. Thus, giant net fishing, if carried out with reasonable management and environmental protection measures, can become a sustainable method of exploiting marine resources. All these efforts are aimed at protecting marine ecosystems, maintaining biodiversity and ensuring the long-term development of the fisheries industry. An important factor that cannot be ignored in the sustainable development of the fisheries industry is innovation in management methods. Community management models, where fishermen participate together in monitoring and protecting marine resources, are gradually being widely applied. This model encourages fishermen to not only see marine resources as their own, but also as a common asset that needs to be protected. Through participating in groups, fishermen can share experiences, find reasonable fishing methods and coordinate with environmental protection organizations to protect and maintain the sustainability of marine ecosystems. In addition, promoting sustainable forms of aquaculture is also becoming an important trend. Aquaculture models, such as fish farming in properly planned areas, fish farming in offshore cages or marine life farming under environmentally friendly models not only help reduce pressure on natural marine resources but also create a stable source of income for fishermen. In this way, fishermen can reduce their dependence on wild fishing, minimizing negative impacts on wild fish populations. Finally, it must be emphasized that the maintenance and sustainable development of aquatic resources is not only the responsibility of fishermen, but also the responsibility of the whole society. The authorities need to continue to improve the management system, strengthen the inspection and supervision of the implementation of regulations on fishing and environmental protection. In addition, scientific research organizations and environmental experts need to continue to research to find better solutions to maintain biodiversity and protect aquatic resources. In short, for giant net fishing to develop sustainably, it is necessary to closely combine technical improvements, environmental protection measures, and active participation of fishing communities. Maintaining aquatic resources is a shared responsibility of everyone, and only when we act synchronously and have a long-term plan can marine resources be protected and developed sustainably for future generations to achieve sustainable development goals for the fisheries sector. The application of advanced technologies in monitoring and managing marine resources is extremely important. Modern monitoring and surveillance systems, such as the use of underwater sensors, satellites, or GPS devices on fishing vessels, can help accurately monitor fishing activities and identify areas that need protection. This technology can also help identify areas that are being overfished or illegally exploited. thereby creating a basis for authorities to take timely interventions. In addition, the development of big data and artificial intelligence (AI) platforms can help analyze trends and patterns in the exploitation of marine resources. These data can provide important information on the status of fish populations, changes in the marine environment, and forecast future changes, thereby supporting fishermen and managers to make better decisions in managing and protecting aquatic resources. In addition to the use of technology, education and raising public awareness are also key factors to ensure a sustainable future for the fisheries sector. Organizing training courses on environmentally friendly fishing methods, encouraging fishermen to apply measures to protect marine resources, and awareness of the impacts of overfishing are important. These programs need to be expanded not only to fishermen, but also to consumers, to better understand the importance of consuming sustainably sourced seafood. Along with this, support from governments and non-governmental organizations is essential. Governments can introduce policies that encourage the adoption of sustainable fishing methods, and provide financial resources to help fishermen transition to more environmentally friendly fishing practices, such as selective fishing or aquaculture. NGOs and environmental organizations can provide advice, support research, provide innovative solutions, and participate in monitoring the protection of marine resources. Finally, international cooperation in the protection of marine resources will become more important than ever. As many fish species move across national borders, countries need to cooperate closely in the management and protection of marine resources. International agreements on marine environmental protection, sustainable fisheries and cooperative resource management will help countries to jointly address global challenges such as climate change, marine pollution and overfishing. In short, giant net fishing, if carried out responsibly and combined with environmental protection measures, technology, and international cooperation, can be sustainable. This not only helps protect marine ecosystems but also protects the livelihoods of fishermen, ensuring fishery resources for future generations. Another factor that needs to be focused on in the sustainable development of the fisheries sector is the creation of alternative income opportunities for fishermen as they move from destructive fishing methods to more sustainable ones. For example, programs that support fishermen to switch to aquaculture, especially the farming of fish, shrimp, or other valuable aquatic species in a controlled environment, can help them maintain their income without having to rely on wild capture fisheries. On-site seafood processing facilities can also be developed to create added value from available raw materials, helping to increase income and create jobs for fishing communities. In addition,